I probably should do it.
Before.
The gals could chant, and then you can.
Yeah.
But it's up to you. You got to figure out how to get in and out of here.
That would be hard getting out of that way. I think before I even start. Yeah. Although I hate
I'll use you guys to demonstrate how to approach it.
All right. That's fine.
That way everybody can watch.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Okay. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing, keep it going. Chorus. Chorus. How you doing, dude? Nice to see you. Here we go, end it. Here we go.
Like the Christmas tree, or does it make you think? Yeah, for the first time in 2016.
Only 360. No, we won't go there. All right, so please help me welcome our presider this morning, Reverend Jessica Fish. All right, and so we're all going to take a deep conscious breath, releasing, using the breath to anchor us in this eternal now moment as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call Spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this morning. So as Reverend Jessica lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the 6th candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the 7th candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the 8th candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the 9th candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And the 10th candle we light for all those who are yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at our center. And as Reverend Jessica makes her way down to the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experience the healing flame of God's eternal love.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and I see there is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Yes. Join me in this there is only love. This knowing that this is the life that we lead. That no matter what, love is our lives. Whether or not we feel it or not, it always is our life. We are living that one life of God in and as and through us. There just isn't a spot where we decide that God isn't. God always is in our lives as our lives. And I declare this second service is blessed. It is just exuding itself out of consciousness in every single moment as love. As love in this moment, this moment. I know that our audiovisual is blessed with Mike Carlin. Our musical inspiration, we are in for a treat. Ken Francis. That our ushers are assisting us. That our Kleenex is here in case we need them. We have everything that we need. And we want everything that we have already. There is no lack. I know that Reverend Mike is blessed as he steps forward. An empty vessel is just ready to give us God's message. I know that our tweens and our teens and our youth are blessed. We are a center for spiritual loving here. And I'm so very grateful to be in community right now, this morning, that being in this co-creative experience, it's so beautiful. Everything is in its right place. And so I release my word into the action of the law, knowing that it is done. And we can affirm this by saying, and so it is. Thank you, Ken. Oh, wow. I had to let a little sigh there. All right. So we made it. We made it through what I call consciousness neutral. That's that time between the holidays and New Year's. You know, when we can relax into transitioning between releasing the old and welcoming the new. We set intentions. Now, Ernest Holmes says there's nothing wrong with using the law of mind for any good that we desire, provided what might seem evil to one man might be seen as good to another. It's like this awesome graphic that I have that I think Mike's going to put up from my hippie days. Let's see. Hold on. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is it on? Did you turn it off? You assumed it was just up there. All right. So, you can see here on this part, this is kind of a hippie dove. He says, we challenge because truth is false. And over here, this is kind of that aggressive hawk side, says, our tradition we believe without questioning. Now, those are their desires. Those are what they consider their highest good. But they kind of negate each other, right? But look at what happens when you put them together. All right? When we go for everybody's highest good. We challenge our tradition because we believe truth without questioning is false. Is that cool? I love my hippie days. Okay. So, that was something from Time magazine, like in the 70s. It was fabulous. All right. So, today, when we do this burning bowl, we can create a world that works for everyone. And we can start by setting our intention for our highest good from our heart, where we know that we're vulnerable yet safe, because we know that we're living God's life through us and as us. This year, let us be fully and absolutely committed to realizing the flow of God in our lives. Let's be committed to unlimited joy for everyone, unlimited time, and unlimited beauty of infinite light. Let's be committed to unlimited freedom for everyone as infinite life. Let's make a difference in our lives and in the life of community with great passion, with love, with that joyous conviction that we live in a sustainable, harmonious peace together. Let's be obsessed with awakening to the powerful life of blissful ecstasy and an easy creative flow of energy. Let's be committed to all needs met, that we have enough to share and spare. Let's be obsessed with our highest good. Let's be committed to our perfect health and the sense of well-being that are ours by right of consciousness. In 2016, let us manifest perfect health, beloved relationships, financial prosperity for everyone. Let's manifest creative life purpose for everyone. You know, and because we are one with the one mind, the one creative intelligence, as we manifest for our own highest good, we know everyone's highest good manifests as well. Let's manifest a world that works for everyone. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to thank all the musicians. They're not all coming up for this first song, but in case I forget, I would just like to thank them all. So on keyboards today, Mr. Jason Goldstein. On percussion, my wife Erica is down there. And both background vocals, Miss Terry Page, and Miss Angela Carroll Brown.
God had a name, what would it be? And would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? And yeah, yeah. Just a soul like one of us, just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. If God had a face, what would it look like? Would you want to see? If seeing meant that you would have to believe in things like heaven and in Jesus and the saints and all the prophets. So yeah, yeah, God is good. Yeah, God is great. Yeah, what if God was one of us? Just a soul like one of us, just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Just trying to make his way home. Back up to heaven all alone. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the Pope maybe in Rome. Yeah. And yeah, yeah, God is great. Yeah, yeah, God is good. Yeah, what if God was one of us? Just a soul like one of us, just a stranger on the bus, trying to make his way home. Just trying to make his way home, like a holy rolling stone. Back up to heaven all alone. Just trying to make his way home. Nobody calling on the phone, except for the Pope maybe in Rome.
That was beautiful. That was really fantastic. Thank you for that. So I have been asked to highlight some of the goings on around here. Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. I'll draw your attention to this flyer that's in your program that highlights a lot of the activities that we have here on an ongoing basis, such as the meditation group on Tuesdays at 6:30. We have visioning the second and fourth Thursdays at 6:00 p.m. There we have drum circle, animal kinship, we have the Course in Miracles, we have an Abraham-Hicks study group, a healing support group, and a bereavement group, and those are all highlighted in your programs if you're interested in any of those. But what is not in the program is that the Thursday night Science of Mind class is going to be resuming this Thursday at January 7th at 7 p.m., and Reverend Mike will be stepping in for Nancy as she continues to heal from her knee replacement surgery, and she's doing very well. And also what is not in the program is that Sunday, January 31st, after our service here, we're going to be offering our discovery class for anybody who is interested in membership in this wonderful community, or if you're interested in knowing more about the Science of Mind principles and the philosophy that we offer here. Sunday after service, January 31st, we will be offering our discovery class, which I think now is mandatory for membership, which is something that I read on the flyer outside in the hall there. So thank you for letting me highlight these wonderful opportunities here, and Happy New Year.
Andrea is one of our board members. Thank you for being of service. All right, so now I want you to all stand, and we're going to say our affirmations with gusto. All right, let's read them. We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and in the immortality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all. All right, we're singing.
I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Yeah, yeah. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Well, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Well, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. Well, I got up this morning singing, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Yeah. I'm good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. Feeling good down in my soul, God is so good. My God is so good to me. Here we go. My God is so, my God is so, my God is so good to me. Yeah.
I think we got a good ministry of movement going. All right. So, Reverend Mike McMurrill, our spiritual director here, the one who allows this all to happen. Thank you. Yeah.
Never knew I had that much power. So, welcome again. Those of you who came in a little later, it's nice to see you all out there. And welcome to 2016. Ready or not, here we go, right? So, yeah, New Year's. A new year is upon us, and perhaps we've already made resolutions. Perhaps we've already broke some resolutions. Or perhaps we're beyond all that stuff. Somebody told me that. I just think every day should be a resolution. And I went, oh, I bow to your consciousness. Yeah, you had a point. So what I know about this is that it has certainly been a holiday season of more. More sweets, more food, more family, more clothes this year. It's been a little nippy. And I'm happy to say, more football. Yeah, so we've had the Cotton Bowl, we've had the Gator Bowl, we've had the Outback Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and of course, Oregon's sorry performance last night at the Alamo Bowl. A lot of drama there, just saying. And today, we, as Centers for Spiritual Living here in Granada Hills, present the Burning Bowl 2015. It's even burning. All right, so here's a little tamer version. Whoever put that up on Facebook, thank you for that image. All right. So this is our bowl game. This is our spiritual community's bowl game. And there's a lot at stake in this championship game. For within this game, there is only the competition between competing distractions that can either make or break our best life now. That we can experience the thrill of victory or the agony of defeat. So, of course, I'm building the drama here a little bit and the tension. But the Burning Bowl ritual, when approached the right way with an intention of shifting consciousness, is but another tool that we can use to affect not necessarily our resolution, not necessarily extinguishing some behavior, but rather to opening ourselves up for a complete transformation of our life as it currently is into an expanded life that is so full that resolutions are no longer necessary. Wouldn't that be great? We're just living everything large. So trying to remember, who's the artist who did that song? Joan something, right? Joan Osborne. So I was thinking on one of my favorite teachers, Alan Watts. And as part of spiritual practice, he offers a lot of prods and pokes and questions. And one of his questions, not what if God was one of us, but what if you could ask God any question? What would it be? And then he talks about how he uses this phrase that could put you right into a dither and a doubt. Because, of course, you want to ask the perfect question, because, after all, it is God. So he ends the whole thing by saying, well, maybe you could just ask God what the perfect question to ask God is. He's funny that way. So, what if God was one of us? And maybe that's one of the questions that we should be asking ourselves to expand this idea of our spirituality. So we have this ritual that we do here, the burning bowl. And what I'm suggesting that we do today is to shift it just a little bit so that perhaps we can step into the possibility of a life that has been transformed by a sense of vision or a greater way of life, of a greater way of being in the world, a life of vitality, of creativity and prosperity in all of its forms. Because I have found that those are kind of the three key things that we're looking for: vitality, creativity, and then prosperity, which is kind of the logical expression of all that. But, how to do that? How to do that? How do we shed that old skin and live into the new one? Or if we're going to want to mix our metaphors a little bit, how do we keep the old wine out of the new wine skins? Come on, that's a lot more clever than a chuckle. Like, yeah, so how do we keep that old wine? So a lot of the stuff, maybe it's just me, right? But whining about this condition in our life that just seems like it's never going to go away. How can we even just eliminate or at least shift that? So why bring that into the new year? Why put the old wine into the new wineskin? So as people of faith, we have many tools we can draw upon to aid in this task. We have affirmations. We have affirmative prayer or spiritual mind treatment, right? So we can treat our mind to know a different truth. Different forms of meditation, spiritual community through classes and Sunday service, and participating in rituals designed to facilitate a shift in consciousness within the heart-mind of the participant. Now, many denominations have ritual within their regular practice, from Buddhism to Zoroastrianism and everything in between. In the New Thought tradition, we only have a couple of rituals, and most of those tend to be locally based practices. So, for instance, we at our center here open our services by promoting the idea that there are many paths up the one mountain. And if you support or at least are willing to entertain this idea, you may appreciate this ritual. I like it because it's a good reminder, yes, and it's a nice centering exercise for starting the service. Because, sometimes it takes some work to get here on Sunday, let's face it. And yet, many folks in New Thought don't care much for ritual because it feels too much like the old gig that they are trying to step away from. That is maybe too rote, rituals too rote to be meaningful, that it's lost its meaning. Although if you ask the people who attend established denominations with these practices, they may say that they appreciate that they appreciate the familiarity of the ritual, that they appreciate having a sense of place, knowing where they're supposed to be, knowing the right thing to say, knowing what's going to happen next, and a sense of communing with God. Well, fair enough, eh? Yeah. So I said it for you. So whether you love it or you don't care for it, my observation is that there is a rub to ritual that I think is self-evident, and this is simply that with familiarity, one can suffer from depth perception. So what I mean is the first time we see it, we may have this deep, meaningful experience, and half a dozen times later, it doesn't mean anything. Depth perception. So take this opening ritual of lighting the flames of faith. Think back to the first time you experienced it. Maybe that was today. And maybe you found it to be powerful and moving. All right, and if you've seen this many times before and we went through this, what was your experience like today? Or maybe you have brought a new friend and been able to re-experience it through a friend who's seen it for the first time and whom it spoke to. So I guess what I'm asking is, this is what I attempt to do every week, and that is to bring a sense of what the Buddhists call beginner's mind to this ritual every week, and recognize that it is a remarkable thing that there are many paths up the mountain, and there's room for everyone, right? That they're all legitimate paths, including our own. And so often we come to New Thought and we're carrying baggage behind us from maybe damage or poor experiences that we had from our religion of origin. Maybe it's time to drop that, man. Yeah, get rid of that ball and chain. That serves no one. So, that's what I'm encouraging all of us to do this year with the burning bowl, because we've been doing this in this center now for some time. That I'm encouraging all of us, including myself, to bring to the bowl this year beginner's mind. What's going to be different? How am I going to approach the bowl differently this year over last year? How to make it different? How to keep that old wine out of the new wineskin? How to engage the Spirit, connect with intuition, allow creativity to bubble forth, that I might experience more of the sweet spot of life with all of its vitality, prosperity, and creativity. How do I courageously step onto the field of infinite possibilities for good with the idea in mind that I am here? My purpose for being here is to demonstrate the power and presence of life itself as my life. On one level, that's like, yes. On another level, it's like, what an order. I can't go through with it. Because it's raising the bar. It's raising the bar. But at the same time, there's nothing to figure out. We're playing with the infinite power and presence that's already got it sorted out. We're simply surrendering to the consciousness of that one thing. Right? So we begin, there is an action step. We have to take the action to move into prayer. Right? Even meditation, even though it is a passive practice, you still have to sit your butt down on the cushion. You still have to push and make time. Right? So we have to take the action through treatment, through affirmative prayer, through contemplative practice. Maybe it's a movement practice. I'm going to tell you, I get a lot out of going up to O'Melveny, right? Because what's the purpose of meditation, right? You focus on the breath to focus the mind, right? Well, I'm telling you, on those steep places up there, that's all you're thinking about is your next breath. So it works. So whatever it takes. And then in that place, we are opening up to intuition. And intuition is that aspect where we are connecting with the indwelling presence within. So if you've heard that little whisper, pss, 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 that's nudging you to do something greater, and it won't go away, that is spirit. That is spirit. My experience isn't that spirit comes in with the big clanging cymbals and making it obvious. Mike, this is the way there. And it's not, no, it's usually, come hither. Dude. Right? Now that can't be it. I can't tell you how many years I spent, that can't be it. Yes, that was it. And it's not just because I'm a minister, by the way. I mean, that is where I ended up, right? But, I kind of got whispered into carpentry too, right? So I got whispered into both of my marriages. I got whispered, I got yelled into the divorces, but I got whispered into the marriages. All right, so who am I willing to be? What am I willing to step into? How am I willing to shift myself in order to be more receptive and to really use the bowl this year to its most effective way? Well, you might use these kinds of words, right? If you have trouble getting up in the morning, maybe it's to be alert. Right? Empowering. Like if we're employers, right? How can we empower our work staff? How can we be flexible, focused? How can we experience joy and gratitude and be present and receptive in our relationships? I mean, it's all up there, yeah? So these qualities can help shift our lives from a life focus simply on doing, and because I find the New Year's thing is often about doing. We've got these lists. All right, so how can we shift our life from a focus on simply doing and instead allow for a sense of vision to infuse one itself within the context of our life? And I have found this to be a much more powerful way to be. And at the same time, I acknowledge that I can cast a vision and there's going to be some work to do. So for instance, I can cast a vision to be a non-smoker, but until I put the cigarette down or refuse to light up, all I'm doing is imagining. Right? I'm not going to shift anything until I stop lighting up. I'm not going to shift anything until I stop taking the drink or picking up the cookie or, for me, the one I'm working on now is profanity. Right? I've been shaving it down. I've been shaving my vocabulary down. And I've got it down to like 3 words. But they're the big 3. Right? But what I'm really working on is paying attention to what is triggering it. What's triggering it? It's the frustration and the aggravation and all the other stuff behind it that needs to be addressed. Right? So that the profanity itself is an indicator of a deeper symptom. Right? Like the Rev's getting ready to lose it. Right? Well, I don't want to be either one of those characters. Right? I don't want to be either one of those characters, and I don't want to stuff a cookie in my mouth so that I'm not being profane. Right? I don't want to trade one for the other either. But these are the ways that we do it, yeah? This is the human condition. Yes? Or is it just me? No. You could pick something else if profanity is not your thing. You know, I know one thing, until I did something different, you know, the only way that I was going to not get drunk was to not drink. I tried figuring out other ways. Yeah? And when they told me that it was the first drink that gets you, I thought they didn't know what they were talking about. Right, so we have to stop. Sometimes we just have to stop. That's the point. And recognize and realize that what we are seeking is seeking us. What we are seeking is not really, even though it appears to be, we have needs and we have wants in this human life, and this is a good thing. And Holmes recognized this. But what we are seeking is not really in the realm of stuff and things, though it often appears to be that way at first. But this is a trap in and of itself, because the beauty of spiritual mind treatment and demonstrating stuff and things is that we get what we want, and then we find out this isn't it. Invariably. Well, I thought I wanted that new Infinity, blah, blah, blah. I got the Infinity. And after 3 or 4 months of the car payments, oh, this isn't it. I mean, I'm using that as, kind of a more expanded idea. But you get the idea. What we're playing with is the infinite power and presence of Spirit to demonstrate itself by means of our life through the stuff and things. Right? So we go, wow, man, my word really does have power. My word does have power. I had no idea how I was going to make that happen, and then it seemingly came out of nowhere. That job seemingly came out of nowhere, and now I'm making 10% more than I was in my old job, and my boss is a gem. Seemingly out of nowhere. Well, we set the intention through our spiritual mind treatment that we co-created that new experience with Spirit. So, we can do this today. So how can my life be transformed? Right? How must I be in order to experience this transformation in my life? How can I better support my family? Right? So think about our relationships in our marriages and in our families. A lot of the stuff that we need to bring more to it has nothing to do with dollars. It has to be, presence, being heard, being receptive, being courageous, right? Speaking up, and not waiting until you're working on your last 3 words. But speaking up with a calm consciousness, right? These are the things. This is spiritual living. This is spiritual living. So yes, if you need to use the bowl to get a new car, by all means, do that. Right? And whatever obstacles, known or unknown, that have kept this block from me up until now, I'm now willing to release that. So on the one side, I might have my to-do list. I shall not use bad words anymore. Okay? On the other side, I am free from the habitual old thinking that keeps me stuck in thinking those words are an expression of my intelligence. Or how about just freedom? Right? And then I'm going to come up here, and the musicians are going to demonstrate this for us. I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to eyeball myself. Dude, you made it through 2015. Yes. Right? But acknowledge that we're here. Acknowledge the consciousness that brought you here. And rejoice in it. Along with the, whatever knocks that came along with last year. Okay. Namaste myself. Then I'm going to come up here. Now I want to tell you that you can hold on to this paper. You do not have to be afraid. See, I'm going to hold it. It doesn't hurt. I promise. Okay? So please don't drop it so that it then sets the thing on fire and all that. Yeah. You can also drop it. So be mindful, mindfulness is spiritual practice too. But I do have an extinguisher up here if we need it. So we're going to invite our musicians to come up and use the bowl. And then we're going to come up this side. We're going to acknowledge at the mirror. And so it is.
Still my mind, be at peace. In my awakening, I release with my heart, free my soul. In my awakening, I am whole. Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. As I love, and as I give, in my awakening, I choose to live. Give me strength. Shine your light. In my awakening, clear my sight. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. As I love, and as I give, in my awakening, I choose to live. So give me strength. Shine your light. In my awakening, clear my sight. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. All I believe, and all I know, in my awakening, I let go. Fill me with hope. And tell God my fears. In my awakening, God will hear. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Om Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti. Still my mind, be at peace. In my awakening, I release with my heart, free my soul. In my awakening, I am whole. Om Shanti 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 I'm gonna be someone. I'm gonna give something. 'Cause I'm taking it all. I'm taking it all. It's gonna be my life. I'm gonna live each day and each night. 'Cause I'm taking it all. I'm taking it all. 'Cause I can't keep hiding. I can't keep hiding. I can't keep running away. And I'm gonna be stronger. And I'm gonna be better made. And I'm gonna give everything to get me back again. I'm gonna be a braver soul than this. Gonna jump at all these chances that I missed. Gonna live my life beyond these fears and forms of cowardice that keep leading me on. I wanna shine like a beacon in the night. I wanna wrap my fingers around the stars tonight. 'Cause I'm taking it all. I'm taking it all. And I can't keep hiding. I can't keep hiding. I can't keep running away. And I'm gonna be stronger. And I'm gonna be better made. And I'm gonna give everything to get me back again. 'Cause I can't keep hiding. I can't keep hiding. I can't keep running away.
Hey, come on in. We're going to do the offering, but you guys can come on in and have a seat. Nice to see y'all. I'm going to get rid of this. All right, so as we prepare our gifts for the offering, please join us with our offering song. And kids, you probably will be able to pick this up and sing with us too.
I am so blessed. Key of F.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So, going within, recognizing the consciousness of the individual, the generous heart of the individual, which has, by means of the law of circulation and the commitment to it, produced these gifts here this morning. That as the heart of community, we appreciate with gratitude and respect these gifts offered here today, as we know they go forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. The vision and intention expressed by means of this burning bowl here this morning, by means of each person here, by means of anyone connected to this center in any way, that we know for all peoples, for our friends here in this community of Granada Hills, our city of Los Angeles, our state of California, our United States of America, all of its churches, temples, mosques, schools, universities, the people who attend them, the people who support them, for our planet as well, that we know within all of it is God consciousness expressing. And to the extent that we know this to be so, we see it demonstrating in all ways, great and small. This lifts our heart, allows us to feel grace. and allows us to participate in spiritual living one more day. For this we are truly grateful and acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. So please help me thank our usherettes this morning, lovely Rita and Kathy, now longtime members. So we got through our announcements already. Thank you for that, Andrea. So let's check in with the young'uns. You're on, buddy. No pressure. Just tell them what you guys did.
We put stuff we want to let go of in a fire.
Yeah.
Cool. Were you successful?
I was.
Okay. He was. All right. And you're getting ready to go to camp, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's exciting on over the King holiday. So I know your mom's really excited to see you go for 3 days. All right, Chloe, what did you guys do back there?
We write some letters, and I put like letters around. I just put a little treatment, but I was trying to say about. So I just have a dream that I could be a better person and a better human being, and I'm glad that I'm going to graduate this year, 2016.
All right.
Yeah.
I think you got that one handled there, Chloe.
Hi. So we focused on, in spirit of the new year, instead of doing a New Year's resolution for ourselves, doing a New Year's resolution for the world. So this one is healing, and then we put different pictures that would represent that.
Nice. Very nice. Thank you. So for Centers for Spiritual Living, there is a theme, a global vision that we are working with this year. Reverend Jessica kind of covered that in her creative thought. And now that you have been cleansed by the healing fire of the burning bowl, I would invite you, visitors as well. I have up in Sparks Hall that you will find a piece of white butcher paper. It's about 10 feet long. If you have something that you would like to see, like how do you vision spiritual community? What would it look like? What would it feel like? What do you need from it? All that kind of stuff. So this is your opportunity to get in there, draw pictures, write whatever you like. And if you see something that someone else has wrote, that's okay. You can either put a star on it or restate it. So I'd appreciate it if you did that. And then we'll take that into the new year. All right, so, and for our new visitors, just to let you know, we don't typically do church this long. We're usually out by an hour and 3 minutes, so be grateful for that. And so I'd just like to thank all of you for participating. And let's give it up for the musicians one more time as we invite Reverend Jessica to pray us out and invite our practitioners and ministers to circle the room, and out we go.
We have lots of them here. Every single one of them who are here today are available for spiritual mind treatment. So just becoming so very aware in this present moment of the love that is circulating, of that what we are, that is what we are, that love, that light, that peace, that harmony, all of those qualities that you accepted, that is who and what we are. Just sit in that, relax in it, knowing that this is a place that you can come to at any moment, this place that you are breathing in and breathing out at this time, this present moment. So as we move forward through the week, through the year, through the next 10 minutes, we know that we are bringing this light to consciousness, and that everyone who sees us sees the face of God, feels that radiant light, feels that love that we are. And whether we're at Ralph's buying our groceries, or on the freeway, or sitting on the cushion meditating, that there is no spot where God is not, and so we acknowledge that today. We know that that is who and what we are. I am so very grateful for this center, for these spiritual giants sitting in the seats here, participating in this co-creative experience of love. So I just release all of this. Release my word into the law. And we can affirm that by saying, and so it is. It is done. Let's
Please stand for the
song.
peace song. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.